Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the world this morning with Shahzad Khan and Shahzad Hashmi, ladies and gentlemen, where, as usual, like every other day, we have promised and taken a pledge to inform you, educate you, and then take you with us on our journey to being a better Muslim, especially in this month of Ramadan. Well, in the first segment, we were speaking about charity. We were speaking about, how this month actually invokes a spirit in you, in us, in all of us, to actually help the creation of the Almighty as well. A lot of people actually around us, from our friend circles, from generally, from around us as well, are doing a lot to help people in need, especially in this COVID-19 situation and especially in Ramadan too. Some are actually giving out cash, some are actually giving out ration bags, so many other things on the list as well. So we decided, why don't we call one of those people on the show?
Exactly, and it is very important and imperative, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that we share them as inspirations with all of you who are out there as well. Because, ladies and gentlemen, in these times, we have seen that everybody has stepped up in their game as well, and everybody wants to take the maximum advantage out of this holy month. Because for whatever actions we are going to perform, whatever things we're going to do for the betterment of other people within the community, may it be Muslims or may it be not Muslims, ladies and gentlemen, this is something very important. They will be benefited by Allah Almighty over here and the world hereafter as well. So since we were actually talking about the importance of charity and how you can benefit it within this month, ladies and gentlemen, we now actually have been joined by somebody who's making sure that we, with their charitable acts, they're making sure that nobody is going to sleep hungry in even these days as well, because there are a lot of people who've lost their jobs, a lot of people who have lost their businesses, a lot of people are under stress as well. But now what is different over here is, ladies and gentlemen, that this particular NGO is actually giving ration bags which can actually make you help survive for at least a month. There are different people who have different initiatives. There are people giving ration bags which can actually last you a week too as well. But not just that, ladies and gentlemen, that it's going to last you over a month. They have even made sure that they're going to go out and target the larger community, which is almost 2,000 families, ladies and gentlemen. It's not an easy task. And here she is with us today, and she's going to be an inspiration for all of us. And I want everybody to take out or probably learn something from what they have actually done in these times as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are lucky that we've actually been joined by the Executive Director, Interfaith League Against Poverty. She's a social activist herself as well. She's none other than Ms. Nazia Ansari. Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum assalam, good morning, and thank you very much for having me on the show, Shahzad and Shahzad.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I'm going to start the conversation by saying that you guys are doing a wonderful job. It's a noble job that you're looking after the people, and in such a manner that they really do not have to worry about food for another 29 days when you hand them the ration bags. Who came up with this idea?
Well, we've been, Interfaith League Against Poverty has been working in disasters, and we're working with the marginalized communities, be it women, be it the religious minorities, children. It depends on different areas, it's different minority groups. So we've worked in mega disasters like the earthquakes and the floods. So those were mega projects at that time. So we worked all over Pakistan. So we have ample experience of dealing with people and knowing and recognizing their needs, actually.
The most important
part. And being inclusive in doing what we're doing, because we cannot choose and we cannot assess people on the basis of their religion, their caste, creed or color or whatever the biases are right now.
Which I think is wonderful as well. I'm sorry that I'm interjecting, but since we're short of time and we need to get the information out as well. What is the ground reality these days, for all those people who've lost their jobs, people who cannot go to work? What are they feeling? And how do you identify that these are the areas where people are in dire need?
People are actually, of course, very depressed because it hit us right in the face. We didn't know what it is. We still don't know what it is. It's a hidden enemy. We don't know, we can't see it.
And sometimes we even tend to ignore it though.
We tend to ignore it because we don't see anything happening to our bodies.
Yeah, I get it. It's like mental health.
It's like, because it's going to affect our lungs and people don't know how it is going to affect. It's a flu, it's a virus, it's not serious, they're not taking it seriously. And we're working with the people in slum areas, low-lying areas. So we know they have absolutely no knowledge of what coronavirus is actually.
So you also having an awareness campaign sort of?
When we do the distribution, we hold it in small groups and we give them a 20-minute session on hygiene.
Personal hygiene.
Ask them, tell them, acquaint them with this virus, how to be healthy, how to remain healthy, how to look after their families, and how to practice hygiene properly.
That's great.
So they don't know, Shiza, absolutely, they have no idea what coronavirus is.
And you guys actually informed them. But here's the thing, that's brilliant, because of course there are certain segments of the society which do need education. But then again, Nazia, there are certain segments of the society, like, I don't know if you were watching, Shahzad and I were talking about in the beginning, the educated ones, the privileged, the elite ones. I mean, knowing everything, having all the knowledge and still choosing to, well, ignore it and then actually be a threat to everyone around them as well. Please don't be one of them. Now, coming back, do you have a team of volunteers? Do you get donations? How does it work?
Yes, the organization, of course, runs on donations and kind and able philanthropists,
That's nice.
local or international. And of course, they tell us which project they want to do with us. So we were, of course, doing food project. And from tomorrow, we're going to do another very interesting project, because our organization realized that working with the religious minorities, we realized that they are not getting any personal protection equipment.
All right.
Okay.
While they're janitors, while they are sanitary workers, and they are really in a very, very dangerous situation, picking up hospital waste, picking up waste from the markets, I mean...
Industrial even.
Yeah.
They're like in the midst of it. And those are the ones who are really prone to this virus. And plus, if you don't give them personal protection equipment, they go back to their densely populated areas, infect everybody, and maids, servants, drivers, cab drivers, your paramedics, everybody comes out of those slum areas and spreads the virus.
But you know, here's the thing, Nazia, it's sort of a circle as well. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm not, let's say, also expecting an answer to this. But when you said that minorities are actually, you know, the blue-collar workers in our society, which is true, unfortunate, I don't know why that happens as well. So here's the thing. We cannot give them off days, because of course they need to run their houses as well. But we cannot also engage with them directly, because we're sort of, you know, worried for ourselves. So where do they go?
They are in misery right now.
Of course.
So as I was saying, that we are going to start distribution of PPE kits from tomorrow. We're working with the Municipal Corporation Islamabad.
That's
and because
nice.
of course we have to be a helping hand of the government. The government is doing whatever they can do in this dire situation, but we have to be the helping hand of the government. So we thought that nobody is catering to them, so now we are catering to 1,000 sanitary workers. And from tomorrow we're going to start the distributions, which is a very, very good kit to give them very good protection.
I actually want to take this moment to appreciate you guys over here. This is brilliant, mashallah, mashallah. I really hope you guys take this further as well, because Shahzad, we've had people on the show as well talk about, or even, you know, give out PPEs to people working. They were nurses, they were doctors, they were people working on the front line as well, but we tend to forget that the blue-collar workers or sanitary workers, janitors, whatnot, they are frontline workers too. They did not have one day off ever since COVID-19, so they deserve equal attention like anyone else in the front line does.
Exactly. Thank you very much for saying that, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing which actually made me feel very bad, and that is that, you know, for all those people wearing gloves, may them be on television, may them be anywhere else, what I've seen recently is that people are actually habitual of throwing their gloves, which they wore once, onto the streets. Please don't do that, yeah. You know, we really need to be very sensible about it. Why can't you just put a bag in your car, and whenever you take off the gloves, just put them in? Why are you being selfish about your health and not being selfish about the other person who's actually going to touch those gloves to pick them up? Please make sure that you don't do that. And very quickly, what I wanted to ask over here was that, you know, ration bags obviously is a brilliant idea. PPEs is a brilliant idea. But for people who do not have any more jobs, you know, this essential amount of money which you do require to go through the month, or, you know, to go through this very process which we call life. Are we considering that, you know, paying 1,000 or 2,000 to somebody as well, because they might want to get something for themselves? And since it's going to be Eid around the corner, why can't we just probably bring the ration down for 20 days, and whatever the amount is for 10 days, we give their kids a dress for Eid, something of that sort, which actually gives them a smile too?
Exactly, that's a good idea, Shahzad, but I would still prefer giving out cash to people, because parents need cash to run the house. And it's not only food that they require right now, they need to pay their bills, they need other things like medication for the elderly in their households, for the children, a lot of things that they need to cater to. So the next project that ILAP is going to start will be Cash for Work. because we thought that all those people in the low-lying areas and small bastis, they're all sitting there doing nothing. And if they keep giving them out handouts, they're going to be just sitting there and waiting for handouts.
Exactly.
The rest of
You can't
the
make them
COVID
lazy,
situation.
man. Yeah.
So it's time now to engage those people, to work and to get cash so that they can run their houses. So you
Brilliant.
get two things out of that.
So I think what we need to do right now is that we actually need to tell people how they can donate or give charity, because that's what the first segment was about. And if somebody's taken inspiration from, ladies and gentlemen, these are these authentic people we actually bring out and make sure that that they share their story. And please, ladies and gentlemen, while you do it, make sure that you do it with a big heart as well. So where can we donate or where can we give our charity? Please look into the camera.
Or how to just contact you at all, even to volunteer.
Yes.
Right. It's I can give you out the mobile number. It's 0331 5363 737. And the organization is based in Islamabad. We're working from Blue area, but right now we're working from a senior colleague's house because I think that's safer.
Yep.
And you can contact me on this number, and if you want to volunteer, if you want to give donations, because as we say, it's charity is not all about money. It's also about your time, your devotion, and any skill that you have, and of course then money.
Exactly. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for saying that. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to donate for Interfaith League Against Poverty, please make sure that you dial on the number 0331 5363 737. I'm always good with digits.
Nice.
Please make sure that you donate with your big hearts. Please make sure that that whatever you have, whatever is in your capacity, you do it, because there are people out there who are in need of it. And you will be awarded over here and even in the world hereafter as well. Very quickly, if you have a message for people out there, if there's something which you had in your mind which you wanted to say or share, please go ahead, say it.
Well, I would like to say that we as a Pakistani, as a human being first, and then as a Pakistani, have a duty, as you said, to protect ourselves and to protect others.
Yes.
We cannot be mean about it, we cannot be callous about it.
Exactly.
So when we take care of ourselves, we have to take care of our neighbors as well. Yeah. And when they say that take care of your neighbors, when God has instructed us to take care of our neighbors, in our neighborhood, we do not judge by religion. We do not judge by how much money they have. Even the birds, the animals that live around us in the neighborhood are our neighbors.
Yes.
So please think about them. Please try to engage those in your kindness. Make a part of your life to share something, even if it is a small morsel. Share, because maybe for you that is a very small, insignificant amount or thing, but maybe for another person, that's what he really needed.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much for saying that, and thank you very much, Ms. Nazia, for being with us. It was wonderful to have you. And very quickly, one more thing which I'm going to add to, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, that even before COVID-19 came in, there were few areas on this planet where kids and people were dying of hunger. I think what we really need to do is that we really need to take in account all of those places as well, which are all over the world, a few parts in the African continent as well. So please make sure that we actually devise a way where kids shouldn't actually be dying of hunger, may it be COVID-19 or not. I think we really need to come out of this as well together, and that's how things are being done all over the world.
Absolutely.
Everybody is together in these times as well. Not just that, there are people who've actually made WhatsApp groups, and what they've done is that, since you mentioned about neighbors as well, there are a lot of people, even in my neighborhood, who are very elderly. And they cannot go out, they cannot stand in the queues as well. So what we have done is that we've made a WhatsApp group. Now what happens is that we write all the extra items we have at our place, and if there's somebody within the street who needs them, they just text us and we go and deliver it to their doorstep.
Add me to the group as well, man.
Yes.
I mean, we're in the same neighborhood after all, but thank you so much for actually telling me that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope to inspire you and invoke that spirit of, kindness, charity, compassion in you every other day, because we love to do that. One thing how Shahzad spoke about, Nazia, how we are sort of getting our hands on the authentic people here around us as well to actually bring the stories to you. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, we're a state channel and the state works for you guys, right? So we sort of, understand this, and we like to highlight the fact that we want to bring on our show people from within you, people from among yourselves as well. So first of all, you can relate to them. You should know that they are exactly like you. And if they have the capacity to bring out the kindness and, share it with the world as well, you have it too. That is what we love to do and inspire you early in the morning as well. If you have any other ideas or queries or feedback, do write to us on a Facebook page with the name of
World This Morning on your television screens down here, yes.
On Twitter
On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, it's PTV World, and you look for the most viewed show, which is World This Morning.
And the repeat, you can catch at
5 past 11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves and make sure that nobody around you is actually under stress or sleeping hungry. Please make sure that you go out, help them with all of that energy you have within yourselves as well. Thank you very much for doing a wonderful job, Interfaith League Against Poverty as well. Thank you very much, Basa Saab, for being with us as well. For everybody who's out there, look after yourselves. Remember us all, our entire team, in your prayers, because that's what we do as well.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.